Alright guys, here is our kit for our fancy feathers. You have 2 pieces of driftwood. We're going to start with our larger batch, and it's larger because I'm going to put a little business card on there just so that you know we're going to start working with this one first. So don't cut this twine, we're going to use this twine. There are going to be 24 pre-cut smaller pieces. We'll set those aside. And we're going to start with our larger piece of driftwood and just tie a nice basic knot around there. You can adjust the length of this afterwards once you get it hanging up in your own space. Let's start! Okay, there's going to be 5 long strands in this first batch. So we're going to do our lark's head knot. So we go over and through. Make that nice and tight. And again. The bottom ends going to meet, and our lark's head knot again. You're going to leave about a finger gap in between each. Now we're going to do our double half hitch knots. So this is going to be our working cord. So we're going to essentially be wrapping each cord around it twice. 1, 2, and again. 1, 2. Now to do the other side, we're going to take our working cord and wrap these ones around it twice. 1, 2. Just remember, you're just wrapping it around that one cord. And keep going. Great. Now let's work on our square knots. Square knots always use 4 cord. So we're going to start with the middle 4. In between, we don't do anything with. Right, go over, left, behind. Going to go through. And the one from behind is now going to come towards us. And we just gently tighten that. So that's the first part. Now we're going to do the opposite. So now the right is going to go behind, the left is going to go in front. And same thing. Great. So let's close this pattern up. We're going to work on our double half hitch knots again. So we're always going to use this as our working cord, and now we're going to bring it down. So now this is going to be wrapped around again. One. We're going to try to make it on a nice angle just to get that nice shape for us. We're going to stop when we've separated our square knot there. We want to make sure we always use even cords on each side. So now we're going to do the same knots on the opposite side and have them meet in the middle. And I'm going to keep on going down. Okay, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to see which cord is now my working cord. This one, you can see it through there. We're going to do the same thing over, guys. Lots of practice. Now time for our square knots. And let's close this up. Now to make it look a little fancier, I like to add another line of those knots going along the bottom. You're not going to stop there, you're going to keep going, cross that one over. Now you can grab this as your working cord now and bring that over. Last one. Great. Now this is going to be where a really nice pair of sharp scissors comes into play. So on an angle, you're going to cut, leave probably about 2 to 3 inches, no more. Cut straight up. And to continue that V shape. Great. Now we're going to grab those pre-cut pieces of cord. We're going to add our fringe on. So you're going to bend it in half. Here we're going to do those lark head knots again. So in each section here, we're going to add 6. So fold it in half. Make sure that the ends are as matched up as best as possible. Go through. So you get the idea. We're going to do 6 on each side. Okay, so if you only have 5 on one side and 6 on another, that's okay, as long as they're just nice and tight, okay? So now we're going to brush it out. So you can either use a nice wooden stiff brush, or my personal favorite, a cat brush, as long as it's something that's nice and stiff to comb through. I do prefer to do this final part with it laying flat. So this is where your really sharp scissors will come in handy. You're just going to trim that fringe. The other side. Trim it to however you feel comfortable, however you want it. Then I do like spraying it with a little bit of tacky spray or a little fabric stiffener, just so then that way it helps it hold its shape, because we're not putting a backing on these guys. So now that we have one down, this one has 1, 2, 3 compartments in it. When you do your second one, there's only going to be 2, okay? Have fun. Now we get to take everything that we've just learned and do it all again. So we're going to take our second batch. These guys are going to be a little bit smaller. So again, don't cut the twine, reusing that. So these will have 12 pre-cut. We're going to set those aside. And we're going to do the same thing over again. Let's have some more fun.